Hello and welcome to our short video on long division. In this particular video, we are going to divide 3 digits by 2 digits. We'll first begin with our clue board. So our question is 765 divided by 15. How do we know we're doing long division? The symbol for division is going to guide us. So we first begin with our clue board and we're looking for the multiples of 15. So we have 15 followed by 30, 45, we have 60, 75, and we're continuing, we have 90, 105, 120, and the last one is 135. Now I want to label all of my multiples. So the first one would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we're going to stop on 9. So the example with long division we generally give our learners is we first start off with the clue board. And to understand it, using a good analogy example would be, first we put on our socks. So the carrying out of the clue board would be regarded as putting on your socks. And then the putting of the shoes would be the actual routine working out of your sum. So you first begin with the socks, that's the clue board, and then you move on to the actual sum. So we'll start with the first question. So 765 divided by 15. So I need to place it out for me. So it would be 765, and we are dividing it by the number 15. Now you'll notice on the left-hand side, we have our DMSB. And the DMSB is simple, straightforward. It's basically D is for divide, M is for multiply, S is for subtract, and the B is for bring down. I like to use 4 colors. It tells me where exactly I am in the sum, and it avoids me from being confused and following through the step by step in a very efficient manner. So before I begin, I want to put a tick by D, which is divide. And whenever you by divide, you need to ask yourself a rhetorical question, and that is how many? So in other words, how many times does the number 15 get into 7? So far it doesn't work. How many times does the number 15 get into 76? So notice I'm underlining it. And we obviously need to utilize our number board for this year. I cannot go higher than 76. So the current one that I will go on is 5. I can't choose 6 because 6 is 90. So how many times does 15 get into 76? The answer would be 5. Next step in blue, I would like to multiply. Before I multiply, I put a tick by multiply. It would be 5 times 15. Now, 5 times 15, I do not need to calculate. This is why it's so important to do your clue board. The answer comes out straight from the clue board. So 5 times 15 is 75. Ensure that you pack your numbers in the correct spaces. So we have our units followed by our tens. Next step in green, I want to subtract. Again, I'm using colors, so it makes our processes much more easy. Before you go into the sum and you subtract, it's important for you to place your tick. So 76 minus 75. So 6 minus 5 is 1. 7 minus 7 is 0. And then in red, I would like to bring down. Before I bring down, I actually place my tick. And the number I would like to bring down is 5. So remember, we don't say 0, 15. The number is just 15. When I analyze and I look at my ticks, I only have one set of ticks. So I say the word, I've completed one full cycle. Now moving over towards the second cycle. And before I move on to the second cycle, I first put a tick and I ask myself how many. So it's a very important routine step to do. You circle the 15. How many times does 15 get into 15? So 15 gets into 15 only one time. So I put the number 1 on the top. Next step, I'm in blue and I would like to multiply. Before I multiply, I put the tick. A common misconception that learners tend to make, they would say 51 times 15. Remember, I'm already done with the 5, so the next step is just 1. So 1 multiplied by 15, I get my answer from the clue board. It's straightforward, 15. A common misconception would be a learner might put the number 5 and the number 1. So ensure that your units are in the straight line, your tens are in the straight line, so you avoid confusion and miscalculations. Next step, I want to subtract, and that's in green. So 15 minus 15 would be 0. Then in red, I would like to bring down. And in this case, I have nothing to bring down. And also, I have no reminders. It's 0. So 765 divided by 15 gives me an answer of 51. And that's my final answer. Thank you for watching until we move to the next video. Thank you.